My main camera for the past few years has been the A7 IV and the A7 III. They are amazing hybrid cameras for the price and for everyday usage, especially if you're looking to do both photo and video work. However, as I lean more towards video work, I needed something more reliable for video, specifically because, unfortunately, the A7 IV just kept overheating. I decided to purchase the FX3 back in January of 2023, and since then, it has been my go-to camera for all of my video needs. I know there's a bunch of videos out there that review the FX3, and there are some that are very technical and in-depth, but I did not want to approach it from that angle. Instead, I wanted to share my personal experience with real-time usage in hopes that it'll either help you make a decision to buy one, or who knows, maybe go buy something else. So here are my top 3 reasons why I think the FX3 is an amazing video camera. Number 1 is its ease of use. Whether you're a beginner or someone on a much more advanced level, I love how you can just pick up this camera and start shooting. I was actually intimidated by the FX3 because I was now jumping out of that hybrid situation and purchasing a camera that was strictly dedicated towards video use. It is also considered one of Sony's cinema cameras, so I was worried that I'd have to learn the ropes all over again. I was completely wrong, however, because as soon as I fired up the camera, though a few of the menu layouts and the button configurations are a bit different, it was still very easy to pick up on. There's a cool record button now that turns red when you push it, and a red LED that lets you know the camera is recording. This is extremely helpful if you're recording yourself like I am right now, to let you know that you actually pushed the record button. Every single button is labeled as well, so if you need to adjust the auto white balance, the ISO, and anything else on the go, it's labeled for you. The menu is also much easier to navigate now, and all of your function buttons along with your physical buttons are customizable, which helps speeds up your workflow as you get more comfortable with working with this camera. In regards to the shooting, if you understand the basics of exposure and what type of lenses you want to use, you're going to get pretty good to amazing footage. Even if you mess up just a little bit, and even if you underexpose, the footage is still salvageable. Just look at this music video that I shot of myself. The FX3's native ISOs are 800 and 12,800, so I thought I could get away with setting it to as low as 800 on S-Log3 PP10. But because I didn't give my camera enough light, the footage came out a little bit grainy, and I thought it was going to be unusable. Though it's a bit grainy, I was still able to salvage the footage and use it as a main take for my music video, as it unintentionally gave me a grainy look that I was looking for. Even if you don't shoot in any of the PP profiles, the footage still looks great, and you can still take it into post, color grade it, and have plenty of options to play around with. My number 2 reason why this camera is awesome is I think it's the best bang for your buck. I always went for a hybrid camera because I wanted to have both photo and video options. However, I realized there's no such thing as a dream camera in this profession, so essentially you have to narrow down exactly what it is you want to focus on. You could be good at many things, but you can't be great at anything if you don't put your focus into something specific. And in this case, I wanted to get better at video, so I decided to purchase the camera that I thought was best for video for the budget that I had. There's a million videos out there that get really technical about it, but overall, for you to get 4K, shoot at 120, true 23.97 FPS, have amazing stabilization, amazing autofocus, and an internal fan to keep the camera from overheating, great battery life, all the log options known to mankind, timestamp, an XLR top handle, and cinema level features, I don't think you can go wrong with the FX3. I think with all these features, this is one of the most competitive video cameras that you could purchase for this budget. And my number 3 reason why I love this camera is the ecosystem. I initially went with Sony because of the ecosystem, because they seem to have the most amount of lenses from all different price points, from affordable to extremely expensive. I also like that they have a bunch of third-party developers, my favorite being Tamron, who puts out these amazing lenses for a fraction of what the top of the line Sony G Master would cost, but still give me the same, if not close enough quality. When I upgraded from an APS-C to full frame, I couldn't immediately afford any new lenses. So I love how the Sony cameras, even the FX3, have an APS-C mode that will adapt to your lenses until you can afford to buy some full frame ones. Even if you never upgrade to full frame lenses, just having the APS-C mode on the camera as an option is already awesome, because there's a lot of great APS-C lenses out there, especially if you're looking to save some money. I also like that the batteries have been the same since their A7 days, so I don't have to completely reinvest into the new batteries whenever I upgrade or purchase another full frame camera. Most of the batteries in my bag are almost 10 years old now, and they still charge and they give me about 3 to 4 hours of usage. So I have no real complaints on that end. And I know I said there's only 3 reasons, but I'm gonna go right off the script and say that at the end of the day, this camera is just gonna make you feel good owning it. I have this philosophy that if you feel good with what you have, then you're going to be more optimistic towards using it. With all the cameras that I've ever owned, I like them, but I never loved them the way I do the FX3. There's always these little hurdles like battery life, overheating, or the camera feeling flimsy, and I always felt like I was just settling for what I had rather than what I could be doing. When I have the FX3 in my hand, I'm just always in the mood to shoot something. Whether it's for my professional work or just to shoot some test footage or shoot on a whim, I always want to record with it. Whenever I bring the footage to the editing room, I'm always amazed at what my options are with color grading, and I don't think I've ever been this spoiled with a camera with such great low light capabilities and this 10-bit editing that gives you so many options. I think if you're looking to buy an FX3 and are even contemplating it, just stop thinking already and just do it. Go buy it. If you got the money and you're ready to make the purchase, I just say go for it. Don't look for any more excuses to not buy the camera that you want and delay your creativity any further. If you buy something that you actually want pretty bad, once you have it, you really have no excuses to not be great at it. With all the things that I just mentioned about this camera, I really don't think you can go wrong with your purchase unless you're looking to just splurge and have an expensive camera with no real intentions of truly using it. So yeah, these are my thoughts on the FX3, and let me know in the comments below if you're planning on purchasing one or if you already own one. And if you own one, let me know what your experience has been like and if we share any of the same commonalities or differences. Again, thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button as it'll help this channel grow. This has been your boy Fong, aka FL Productions, and until next time, I'm out. Peace.